Puppies are pretty much known as the ghosts of the forest. This happens because they are really hard to see. They're actually well known for being very shy animals. To your left. So first you're gonna see this grayish tan antelope. This is a greater kudu. There's another one on the right though. The kudus do look a little bit like deers. The main difference with the deers is that the kudus are just a lot bigger. They can stand up to 5 feet tall up to the shoulder. It's gonna look a little bit over your shoulder, but he's just right back there up against the wall. Does look a little bit like a rock though. It's gonna be the big rock with a horn on it. Black rhinos are a very rare, also super solitary species. They can turn very territorial against different animals, also other rhinos. Hippopotamus is just very common to spend most of their time submerged. This is pretty much because they try to protect their skin from the sunburn. They can hold their breath for about 5 to 8 minutes if they wanted to. You may notice they can also sleep under the water. They're gonna do this by using some of that muscle memory. They can just come up, they take a breath, and sink all the way back down without waking up. It is pretty cool. Also look out for some crocodiles on our left. If you take a look in the water, there is one of them. If you take a look up against the wall, just right up on the top, there's gonna be another one back there. Crocs, just like hippos, they're super protective and extremely territorial animals. Dazzle. And right up ahead, you can probably also start spotting out a few of those giraffes. And here in the preserve, we only have Maasai giraffes. It's one of the largest of the giraffe subspecies with a max length of 20 feet. We can also take a look down to your left. We're going to look out for some puppies around this habitat. African painted dogs. Here they go. These animals are most commonly known as wild dogs. You probably know them by that name. Maybe about 3 of them just snapping underneath the cave on our left. Wild dogs are one of the most successful hunters around the savannah. Even though they're super tiny, these animals are really smart. They're usually ruled by a boy and a girl. Now, if you stay taking a look up on our left, you can probably see a sable antelope up this hill also. This beautiful animal see up here is nearby Mom. Mom is going to the restroom, so don't mind her. And sticking up the baby out here, this is currently one of the youngest little ones out in their reserve. Little buddy's around 7 to 8 months old. And around that age, similar to this, the babies are just a little bit over the size of mommy's legs. It's a little bit hard to tell right now. He's just sitting down right there, probably about to take a nap. This is Mom over here just walking around. Now, when a baby giraffe is born, that is already from around 5 to even 6 feet tall. I'm not sure if Mom wants to cross or no. Well, I think she's just fine. There we go. Wow. Giraffes are really funny. They're also super active animals throughout the day. Normally, they sleep for about 30 minutes of the day. That's about it. And they get to also sleep standing up with their eyes open. It's a little bit weird to see the giraffes sitting down. You can also see some wildebeest hanging out with them on our right. And she's just scratching her ear. They have those really cool trunks. You get to use those to grab food, hold water, and also use their trunks to greet, hug other elephants. They know how to show affection to each other. There he goes. The oldest male elephant around their preserve is 42 years old. He's a very handsome guy. Usually when it starts to get a little bit hot for them, they try to look out for the shade, but you'll also see them kind of flapping their ears every so often. I like to say that elephants have an incorporated ear fin. They do fan themselves using their ears. It's very cool. A group of flamingos, this is what is called a flamboyance. It's going to be a flamboyance of some greater flamingos. Greater because of one of the largest of the flamingo species. They also have one of the lightest of those pink colorations. That's why they look a little bit white. For greater flamingos, their color mainly concentrates on their legs, also underneath their wings, thus making a much more brighter pink color. It's very pretty. White rhinos are one of my favorites because this is the friendliest out of the 5 of the rhino species. Essentially, they're just more social. They tend to get along very nicely with different animals. On a rhinos, groups are what is called a crush of rhinoceros. I think I barely saw some ostriches also. We'll head back to them in just a little bit. I'm just going to stick up to the rhinos for now. See them gathering all together out here, and also just taking a nap up this hill. You guys are looking out for some cheetahs, and just napping right in the middle. You can see one of them, she's facing the back though, but she's just napping right there. Oh. There she goes. Cheetahs are quite beautiful. This is, of course, fastest land animal. Get to reach an average speed of 60 to even 70 miles per hour in around 3 seconds. And also maintain their speed up for quite a few hundred yards. There's another one up this hill as well, just facing this way. I think she's asleep though. Now stay taking a look up on our left because you'll see another predator up this rock, the king of this place. In this case, the queen of this place. There's a beautiful lioness upon this rock. And since I'm just facing the other side, so we're just going to be moving along this Kobe rock. The Kobe rocks are also known as dry rocks because aka a group of lions is known as a pride. There's the ostriches up there as well. Once again, we're going to be going back to them in a second. Just going to stick up to the lions for now. Go. Now it does seem that there's still one of the girls awake. That's right, these animals are nocturnal animals. We actually are quite lucky. The lions get to sleep for around 16 to even 20 hours of the day. Makes them really active during the night, during the early morning. The Nigerian bird goat, honestly, one of the cutest animals around. You're gonna see them gathering all together on our left. Goats are really social. These are also super playful animals. It's really one of the most domesticatable animals in the world also, just because of how friendly they are. These little ones are natural climbers. This is basically how they have fun. They have lots of energy, excellent balance, they're very good at climbing on stuff. And their tiny size does help them out with that a lot as well.
Yeah, one right here. They'd have to leave.